Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review, and a good afternoon, folks. 4:20 p.m. it is. That's just how it is. You can make a joke about it, but that's just the time. 4:20 in the afternoon, and here we are at Popeyes. I don't do too many Popeyes reviews as of late, but they're coming out with some new items, and I wanted to get that taken care of. Shrimp. We got out some shrimp today. The Hushpuppy Butterfly Shrimp, that's what it's called. And notoriously, I've always really liked their shrimp. I've always said, some of their shrimp is actually some of the best I've ever had. And maybe that assertion will still hold true today. We'll find out, but they came out with some new shrimp today. Or I think they actually re-released it, but I never reviewed it in the first place. So it'll be interesting to try out. Now, if that being said, their Hushpuppy Butterfly Shrimp is essentially their standard cut butterfly shrimp, but this time it combines the goodness of a hush puppy, the cornmeal ball that's essentially fried and then served up as a side at many seafood establishments. They take that coating, they put it on the shrimp, fry it, and there you go. That's what you have. So thus, the Hushpuppy Butterfly Shrimp were born. Before we start anything further, I'd like to briefly apologize for lack of videos as of late. Yesterday, my radio, believe it or not, essentially broke for the time being. It wouldn't turn on. It was particularly devastating to me, and I don't say that sarcastically, but it's working again, so that's great. And so that's why I didn't really get a chance to film anything. But we're doing better today. Things are better, so I said we're going to get this review done and taken care of, and that'll be that. So let's see what we have in here. Well, here they are. Here's the shrimp sitting there. They're sitting there. They're lounging. You get your shrimp, a small number of them. You also get a biscuit, and you can get a side. Of course, seasoned fries being my choice. And it also comes with some Cajun cocktail sauce. Okay. So the butterfly shrimp. Here they are. Here's what they look like. Small, standard size, though. We'll just take a bite. We'll tell you what it tastes like, and that's all I got. And then later on, we'll try it with the sauce as well and see how that differentiates the flavor. So the Hushpuppy Butterfly Shrimp from Popeyes going in. Try this one too. You can see here kind of the ratio of the meat to breading right there. I'm sure you heard about the controversy surrounding these shrimp, actually. The butterfly shrimp. Talked about it on CNN last night. Because when you realize just how small a butterfly is, how little meat there is on one of these little creatures, and you look at the size of one of these shrimp, think about how many butterflies got slaughtered just to make one of these things, Isn't that crazy? And they put so many in a box. I mean, who knows? Maybe they just raise them on industrial-style farms. I don't understand, but somehow they get all this butterfly meat and they make it into, into these tasty shrimp. Who's to say? It's controversial to say the least. And that was a joke, perhaps poorly executed, but it was a joke nonetheless. So don't take it seriously. These are just shrimp. They're not actually butterflies or anything like that. They were pretty good though. When I called them tasty shrimp, I meant it. I always have liked their shrimp. I've always praised them. I've always said these are delicious, and this is no exception at all. Now, I understand perhaps the ratio between the shrimp meat and the breading may be a bit of an imbalance. Maybe a little bit of less shrimp, more breading, But really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. When you bite in, I mean, these are just so tender, so buttery, it just melts in your mouth, and I mean that. When you bite in, there's no resistance whatsoever in terms of chewiness or any of that. None at all. You just bite in, teeth just sink right through it, melt in your mouth. It's just, as I said, you got a real smooth, buttery consistency in there, and it's just delicious, really. Fatty, buttery, and very, very tasty. The breading itself really does have that cornmeal flavor that you really can noticeably tell. But I'd say the one surprising thing about this, and it's in a good way, it's a pleasant surprise, in terms of the breading, is that they also added a little bit of their signature Cajun spices into the breading as well. So when you bite in, not only do you get that, that nice buttery, fatty shrimp with the cornmeal blend on the outside, but you also get a little bit of a spicy kick as well. And I think that's just an excellent addition that really makes these already better than they are. I'm going to review the sauce, and I'm going to let you know how it affects this, but truth be told, I'll be dead honest with you. You don't even need the sauce of these right now. You don't. They're that good. You don't even need the sauce remotely. There's some items where you desperately need the sauce. You say, oh, can't eat these without that sauce. This is the opposite. You could just chow down on these with no sauce whatsoever. You'll be wanting more, I'll tell you that. So this is the Cajun cocktail sauce. Again, we'll see if this affects it in any way, adversely or otherwise, and we'll see. So let's try it now. The sauce is pretty good. I think some people will like it better with the sauce. But my personal opinion, I think, is actually I like these better without the sauce. Now, the sauce is very, very rich, alright? Very rich, very flavorful. And again, it also has its own little spiciness as well to it. So it really exaggerates the spiciness of these shrimp overall. The one thing I don't like about the sauce, though, is that I think it takes away some of the fattiness and butteriness of the shrimp. Now, that flavor is still there, granted, but it's simply masked now by the sauce, which, as I said, is very flavorful. It's not a bad thing, but if you want to, eat these shrimp and you really, as I said, just want that buttery, melt-in-your-mouth type of shrimp, which I essentially prefer, that's what I've always liked about this shrimp. The sauce is not necessarily for you. They give it to you for free, though. Don't have to pay any extra for it, so it's worth, cracking open, taking a little dip in it anyway, seeing how you like it, etc. But just keep that in mind when it comes down to this sauce. Now, the price for this was around $4.99, but I think it's well worth it. The shrimp are absolutely delicious. Their fries are usually pretty good. The biscuit is iffy, but the main course here, the shrimp are just delicious. I'm impressed by them. I think they did an excellent job on them. I really have very little, if anything at all, to criticize about them. I think they just did an excellent job. Another home run with these shrimp. I think Popeyes did an excellent job, and truth be told, I'd say get them while the getting's good. Get them while they're still here. Highly recommend them. I know Popeyes is a chicken place, but really do not underestimate their shrimp, because I think it's delicious. Therefore, out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, what am I going to have to be rating the Hushpuppy Butterfly Shrimp from Popeyes? I'm going to have to give this a very high rating of a 9.7 out of 10. Extremely high, just shy of a 10, and I think it is well deserving of this. I think they're delicious. As I said, get them while you can, and that's all I got for you. I'm your host, Support of the Week. Thank you for watching, and take care.